I'm gonna pirate ya. I'm gonna pirate you real good. Hey guys, what's up, and welcome back to another video. So, Disneyland is apparently making changes to Pirates of the Caribbean. Hey Zay, is that your favorite Disneyland ride? Yeah, it's my favorite Disneyland ride. That's why I'm gonna make a video talking about the changes, because I care. So a few days ago, Disney posted an article talking about the changes that are going to be coming to Disneyland Paris. However, at the end of it, it talked about how some of the changes are going to carry through to the Disneyland Anaheim version of the ride and the Disney World version. I have the quote right here. Let me grab that and read it to you. So after all the changes that it goes through, it goes on to say, "You'll even discover that a familiar character is playing a new role, joining the pirates' ranks and helping the local townspeople unload their valuables at the mercado. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm gonna say mercado. Unload their valuables at the mercado auction. In the U.S., this famous redhead, so that should be a dead giveaway if you've ever been on the ride. It said this famous redhead. Well, yeah, this famous redhead. It's talking about Scarlet. You know, her. This famous redhead will appear in a similar scene at the Magic Kingdom and Disneyland Park in 2018 following a previously scheduled refurbishment. So Scarlet's no longer going to be sold at an auction, and I'm assuming the rest of her buddies aren't going to be sold there either. Apparently they're going to be helping the local townspeople unload their valuable, this is a lot of air quotes. Apparently they're shifting from being sold off to actually being pirates, which I think is badass. So what I just read you was incredibly vague, and I think Disney caught on to that because they did provide us with 2 pieces of concept art. So this is the first one, and honestly, I think it looks great. It looks like there's going to be a lot of moving parts, a lot of action, it's going to be very dynamic, and the people that were previously sold at the auction are now going to be running the auction. That's just some poetic, piratey goodness. And I think this scene is going to turn out great. So here's the second piece of concept art. We get a little more color, and it changes just a little bit, and we get a better view as to what exactly they're going to try to show us. And again, very dynamic, very cool, and we get to see Scarlet wearing some pirate gear, which hopefully I'm hoping to see as something that we can buy as, like, you know, apparel in pieces of 8. I can see a bunch of little girls running around now wearing like a pirate's vest and a sword and running around. I'm Scarlet. I'm gonna pirate ya. I'm gonna pirate you real good. Basically, I think that this is going to be an incredible scene. I mean, just look at the concept art. It does look like it's going to be really cool. So I know what you're probably wondering. Sure, that concept art looks cool, but why even change the auction scene in the first place? Well, I don't actually work at Disney, so I don't know the real answer, but there are 3 reasons why I think that they even made this decision. So first off, Disney respects and loves their guests, and I know that if they got enough people saying that they were uncomfortable by that scene, that they would change it. And you know what? That could have been what happened. People could have told Disney over and over again, change the auction scene. I'm offended. This is grotesque and gross, and it needs to be taken out. That could have happened, and Disney would have changed it because of that. No doubt in my mind. But I personally think that Disney saw that this could offend somebody, saw the message that this is actually putting out, and though it is historically accurate in a sense, I think that they saw this and thought, you know what, let's take away the possibility of offending anybody, and let's keep these characters but make them badass. Another reason they could have made this change is because they're trying to keep up with a modern perspective, because when this ride was made, it was a lot more socially acceptable to say and do and show sexist things, and that doesn't slide now. That you can't do that. So when this was first made, nobody saw a problem with women being sold at an auction or being chased around their houses to be raped or shown to be hiding from their rapist. Yes, guys, this all happened in Pirates of the Caribbean. I'll get to that in a bit. But it wasn't bad back then. It was okay. Nobody saw a problem with it. But now, people do, and personally, I think justifiably so. It's bad. It's really bad. Now, there might be some of you out there thinking, well, so what if it's bad? This is what pirates did. They pillaged, they plundered, and they raped. It's what happened. And you know what? That's true. It sucks that it happened, but it did happen. But you know what my argument to that is? Disneyland is a theme park, not a museum. They do not have to be accurate if they don't want to be. If they don't want to talk about that or show that in a ride, they don't need to. And another reason why they could have made this change, and personally, what I think to be the best reason, is that this adds another layer to the story of Pirates of the Caribbean, and it makes it better. You see, what I love about Disneyland, what I love about the Disneyland rides, is that it's not sitting down, something happens to you, and you get off. The rides at Disneyland are, you sit down, you get on, you're immersed in this world, you're immersed in the setting, and then there's a conflict and a resolution. It's a story. You're going into a story. You're being part of a Disney story, and it's amazing. It's something so signature to Disney, and Pirates of the Caribbean is no exception. The second you get on the ride, you're immersed in this world, and then you're presented with the conflict of pirates overrunning a city, and then it's resolved later. The thing that makes the conflict so great is that there's so many layers to it. There's the ship scene when you first get there, there's the mayor getting drowned, there is the auction, there's a bunch of other things that make it so packed full of content that it makes you so immersed in the world, and it makes you realize there's a lot going on, and there's a lot at stake, and that's great. But the auction scene is just an auction scene, and it's so one-dimensional, and now they're adding this layer to it where it's, instead of auction scene, it's female pirates taking plunder, selling it back to the people. Who were they with? Are they from the pirates that are ransacking the city? Like, it's just adding so many layers and making the storyline richer. And personally, I think that that's great. Now, I want to move on from the reason why they did this to times that they've done this in the past, because changes like this have happened at Disneyland and to Pirates of the Caribbean multiple times. So first off, there is the ever famous Turntable Pirates, where there's a pirate running through a house chasing a woman, and it's very obvious that, you know, he doesn't have the best intentions. He's not running up to her to give her a hug, and obviously people saw a problem with that a long time ago, so they changed it so the women are now chasing the men. They're bravely protecting their own home now, not being chased around, and that's great. And people did not freak out, because it made the ride better. And after those were changed, the Pooped Pirate was now changed. And I'll get into why he's called the Poop Pirate in a second. But he's the pirate sitting on a barrel, and now he's next to a barrel where Captain Jack is poking his head out. But before, he was sitting down tired, pooped. That's why he's called the Poop Pirate. Tired because he had just been with a young wench, and she got away, and she's hiding, and he's holding up her underwear or a handkerchief or something like that, and it's pretty graphic. I'm gonna go ahead and play you some of the audio right now from the original ride. It's pretty bad. It's really bad.
Oh, she be a lively lassie, she were. Oh, I tell you true, it's sore I be to hoist me colours on the likes of that shy little wench. I be willing to share, I be.
Now, obviously, there are a ton of problems with what you just heard. So he was eventually changed from that to this, and then from this to this, and this is what we have currently. And that he is looking for treasure and looking for Captain Jack, and that was a great change. And you know what? It makes the storyline better. It got rid of the sexual stuff, introduced some piratey stuff, and it's great. It's perfect, and nobody cares that it was changed. If anything, people like it. So what's to say that this change won't be great? We've seen Disney do this before. We've seen Pirates of the Caribbean do this before. They changed pieces of their ride to make the ride more enjoyable and more accommodating to all the guests. And you know what? This change is just that. It's a change that's going to make the ride better. It's a change that's going to make people feel more included and less grossed out. Like, honestly, it's going to make people feel less grossed out. They don't have to see women being sold as property. They're going to see women selling property. And I know a lot of people are scared that this change is going to warrant a bunch of other change. So, like, if we can't see women being sold as property in Pirates, are we not going to be able to see the ghost host hanging in the Haunted Mansion? And you know what? We're still going to see that. This is just Pirates being affected. Pirates is changing to be better, and it's not going to affect the rest of the rides, and honestly, this is just going to make the ride better. And you know what? If you don't believe me, let me give you a few reasons. Oh god, I stuttered. Let me give you a few reasons why it's going to be better. Obviously, I said because the storyline's going to be better, but also there's merchandising opportunities. There's going to be a lot of Scarlet merchandise coming out, and honestly, I think that's great. We already had the Scarlet Tsum Tsum, but now I'm sure we're going to get Scarlet plushies. We're going to get, like I said earlier, the Scarlet gear, where you can dress up like Scarlet and be a pirate that, what did I say earlier? That, I'm going to pirate you real good. And also, little girls are going to feel so much more included. Now they can be a princess if they want. They can be the ultimate Cinderella princess, or they can be a pirate. And that is great. Inclusion is always great. Representation, guys. You want a female pirate to represent you? You got it. That's awesome. And lastly, and personally, the reason why I love it the most is that making this character stand out more is adding to a theory about how all the Disneyland rides connect. And it's making a more cohesive story for Pirates of the Caribbean. And if you want to know more about that, I will be posting a video very, very soon talking about exactly that subject. So make sure to stay tuned. But anyway, that's all that I have for you guys today. If I missed anything, make sure to let me know down in the comment section below. And while you're down there, tell me your position on this. Do you like it? Do you hate it, or do you not care? Make sure to let me know. I'm going to be checking the comments to see what you guys think. I'm very curious. But anyway, I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to leave a like below and subscribe while you're down there. If you haven't already, we have a great little family here, and you would look great in it. If you like Disney videos, I make Disney videos. There'll be a playlist right here. If you want to see something really cool, this is a new feature where you can click on a video that's personally best for you. So make sure to click on it and then go down to this comment section. Let me know what video that sent you to. I'm very curious. But anyway, I will see you guys next week with another video. But until then, go do some good stuff. Later.